Hello, grade 2. So today we will continue completing our mock exam, starting from page 6 all the way to the end. Okay? So the title, the instruction says, choose the correct vocabulary word. Number 65. It was cold. It was so cold outside. Andy wore 4 blank of clothing. Okay? Because it was so cold outside, Andy wore means he wears, the past of wear, 4 blank of clothing. Dangerous, movement, layers, or village. Okay, so when it's cold outside, we wear several layers of clothing. Okay, number 66. The farmers lived in small blank near their farms so they can take care of their crops. Farmers lived in small villages. Okay, we said villages are like small towns found in the countryside or near farms. Okay, number 67. The blank of dancers were so graceful. Okay, so what, like we know that dancers, they dance, so their dancing was graceful. The layer, movement, dangerous, or village. The movement, the way the dancers moved, were so graceful. The movement of dancers were so graceful. It is blank for kids to play with matches. They can get hurt. It is layers, movement, dangerous, or village. It is dangerous. Dangerous means that something is not safe and you can get harmed or get hurt. Number 69. I wore my blank for the Halloween party. Plenty, costume, boast, or idea. I wore my costume. Okay, remember, costume is our clothing that we wear when we have a show or when we have Halloween or as holiday, like when we have a okay. The players blank about how well they will play in the match. The players boast means they brag or they talk about how well they will play in the match. Okay. Number 71. Before we start answering, we should read the instructions. It says choose the correct word that matches the meaning. Okay, number 71 says full of help. Full of help is helpful. Okay, remember when full, the suffix full means to be full of. Less means to be without or less of. Okay, so number 72, without use. Useful or useless? Useless. Okay, without use, that means you cannot use it anymore. 73, full of thanks. Thankful or thankless? Thankful. Less of color. Colorful or colorless? Colorless. Okay, here it says write the following words in ABC order. Write the alphabet. Okay, for the ones that cannot do it without seeing the alphabet, you should write the alphabet here. Okay, and then you can start putting the words in ABC order. Okay, some of you have problems putting the words in ABC order. So what can we do? The first thing you do is look at the first letter of each word. Are they the same or are they different? Okay, here for 76 we have science, math, French, and Arabic. The 4 words here all begin with different letters. So what do we pay attention to? We go to the first letter of each word. Put a line under the word of each letter. Okay, what comes first? S or M or F or A? Okay, of course we know A is the first letter, so the first word would be Arabic. Okay, and after A, what's the next letter? S, M, or F? F. Okay, so the second word would be French. After that, what comes next? M or S? M. So the next word would be math. And the last one would be science. Okay. All right, for 77, we will do the same thing. Zoo, forest, farm, and jungle. Here we have two words that begin with the same letter. Okay, so first, let's pretend there are only three words. We have Z and F and J. What comes first? F, right? We know that the letter F comes before the J and the Z. So we will go to these words. This begins with F and this begins with F. Okay, so what do? We go to the second letter. What's the second letter? We have O and we have A. What comes first, the O or the A? Of course, A. So farm is the first word. Farm will be the first word. After farm, we have forest. Okay, so farm and forest, because they both begin with F, we look at the second letter. First, we found the two words. We see which one comes first, F or J or Z. We found that F comes before the J and the Z. So then we looked at the F, forest and farm, and we looked at the second letter A and O. So we know that A comes first, and then O. So farm and forest. Then we have J and Z. What comes first, the J or the Z? Of course, the J. So the next word would be jungle, and the last one would be zoo. Okay, the same thing for 78. All of them begin with CH. Chicken, cheetah, chat, and cheese. What do? We will look at the third letter. The third letter is I, E, A, and E. Oh, we have two E here. So let's just see which comes first. The I or the E or the A or the E. We have A. So the first word is chat. Chat. Okay, after that, we will see what comes next, the I or the E. Of course, E. So we will go to the cheetah and cheese. We will look at the next letter. We have two E's. Okay, then we go to the next letter. We have T and we have S. What comes first, the S or the T? S comes first. So the next word would be cheese. And after that, we have cheetah, and the last word would be chicken. Okay, that's how we put the words in ABC order. Okay, if the first two letters begin with the same letters, we go to the third. If two words have this begin with the first four letters begin with the same, we go to the fourth letter. Okay. Okay. 79, it says trip, triangle, trampoline, and table. Okay, so as you see here, all of them begin with T, but let's look at the second letter. Second letter, we have R, 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 and A. So of course, the second letter, table, will be the first one because A comes before the R, right? So the first word would be table. And then for the last three words, we have to go look at the third letter, which is I, and A. Here we have the third letter, I, and A. So trampoline will be the next one. Okay. For the last two words, the first two, we have TRI, and then we will look at the fourth letter, TRIP and TRIA. Which comes first, the A or the P? The A. So the next letter would be triangle, and the last word would be trip. Okay, it just needs practice, and hopefully you'll get the hang of it. Okay, number 80. We have zebra, giraffe, hippo, and crocodile. Here the four words begin with different letters, so we will look at the first letter only. So we have Z, G, H, and C. Which comes first? Of course, C. So the first word would be crocodile. Next, now would be giraffe, right? Okay, and then GH would be hippo. And then the last one would be zebra. Okay, I hope it helped you. I hope you guys understand now. So the first thing you do is look at the first letter and then you decide which one comes first. If you have words, two words that begin with the same letter, you look at the second letter. Okay? And then the same thing. If you have the first two letters same, you look at the third. Okay? That's how you do it. Next, it says circle the synonym in each sentence. What is a synonym? Synonym are words that have the same or almost the same meaning. So 81 says the race will begin in 5 minutes. The synonym of begin is start. Okay? Begin and start have the same meaning. That was such a boring movie. The synonym of boring is dull. Tom was so tired. Tired. Awake or sleepy? Sleepy. Okay, the quiz was difficult. What is the synonym of difficult? Hard or easy? Hard. School ends at 2 o'clock. Synonym of end, begins or finish? Finish. Okay, now here we're going to read a story. It says read the story and answer the question. Yesterday, after playing with my hamster on the floor, I put him back into the cage. But I didn't close the lid tightly, and he escaped. I didn't know he was loose until I saw something running by my feet. I jumped up quickly and hit the lamp on the table next to me. The lamp fell and crashed to the ground, making a loud noise. Then I saw him run into the kitchen. When I heard a scream, I knew my mom had seen my pet. She scooped him into a colander and popped him into the cage. Okay, so the story is about a person playing with his hamster, and after she or he finished playing with the hamster, she put the hamster back but forgot to close the lid tightly. So what happened? The hamster escaped or got loose and ran between the person's feet. Okay, so what happened? When the hamster ran between the person's feet, the person jumped and he hit the lamp, and the lamp fell and crashed to the ground. It broke. Then the hamster ran into the kitchen, and then the mom saw it and screamed. Then she picked up the hamster and put it back into the cage. Okay? Next here, it says, here we have cause and effect. Cause is why something happened or the reason, and effect is what happened because of this reason. So the boy didn't close the lid tightly. Because the boy or the girl didn't close the lid tightly, what happened? The hamster escaped. The hamster escaped. Okay? Next, the lamp crashed to the floor and made a loud noise. Why did the lamp, what is the reason that the lamp crashed to the floor and made a loud noise? Why? Okay, because the hamster ran by her feet. Okay, because the hamster ran by the feet, right? Oh, this is the reason. What happened after the lamp crashed and made a loud noise? When the lamp crashed and made a loud noise, the hamster ran to the kitchen. The hamster, after the lamp fell and broke, the hamster ran into the kitchen because it got scared from the noise. I don't know why the period is not, I'm sorry. I don't know why the period is not forming after the sentence. Okay? Here, it says mom screamed. Okay, why did mom scream? Because she saw Then the hamster ran into the kitchen. When I heard a scream, I knew my mom had seen my pet. Why did mom scream? What was the reason mom? She saw the pet. So that was the reason. Mom saw the hamster or the pet. You can write hamster or pet. Okay? So remember, cause is the reason. So, and the effect is what happened because of this reason. So the boy didn't close the lid. What happened because the boy didn't close the lid? The hamster escaped from the cage. The lamp crashed to the floor and made a loud noise. When the lamp fell and broke, what happened? The hamster got scared and ran into the kitchen. Here it gave you the effect. Mom screamed. Here it wants you to tell me why did mom scream? Because she saw the hamster. Okay? Here it says put the following in order. We will put the following events in the correct order. Let's read them all first and then decide what happens first and then next, okay? The boy jumped and broke the lamp. Mom put him back into the cage. The boy put the hamster in the cage but didn't close the lid tightly. The hamster got out of the cage. The hamster ran by the boy. What happened first? If you don't remember, you go back and reread the story, okay? So what happened first? What happened first is the boy put the hamster into the cage, but he didn't close the lid tightly. Okay? So what happened? This is what happened first. The boy put the hamster in the cage but didn't close the lid tightly. Next, what happened next? I'm sorry. Next, the boy jumped and broke the lamp. Or, okay, let's just draw a yellow line on the sentence that we used, okay? So, we have 4 sentences left. The boy jumped and broke his lamp. Mom put him back into the cage. The hamster got out of the cage, or the boy ran by the boy. The hamster got out of the cage. Okay, because the boy didn't close the cage, the hamster got out. Okay, why here? The hamster got out of the cage. Okay. Okay, so we used this one. Next, what happened after the hamster got out of the cage? The boy jumped and broke the lamp, or the mom put him back into the cage, or the hamster ran by the boy. Again, the hamster ran by the boy. So he ran out and then he ran by the boy. That is the next sentence. The hamster ran by the boy. Okay, so that was the next event or the next thing that happened. So what happened after that? The boy jumped and broke the lamp, or mom put him back into the cage? Of course, the boy jumped and broke the lamp. Then the boy jumped and broke the lamp. And of course, last, mom saw him and put him back inside the cage. Okay. All right. So if we put the events in, and after you finish answering, you go back and you check in the story. So, and then you reread it. First, the boy put the hamster in the cage and didn't close the lid tightly. Next, the hamster got out of the cage. Next, the hamster ran by the boy. Then the boy jumped and broke the lamp. Last, oh, I copied the wrong sentence. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Last, mom took the hamster and put him back into the cage, or put it back into the cage. Okay? Okay, that was it. So we put the events in the correct sequence. It says write yes if the sentence is correct and write no if the sentence is not. So in an expository text, the story gives you facts about a topic. In an expository text story, the story gives you facts or real details about a topic. Yes. Number 2, the details are imaginary in an expository text. We just said in an expository text, the story gives you facts. That means real details about the topic. So can the details in an expository text be imaginary? No. Imaginary means made up, not real. Number 3, you can find text features in expository text such as maps, sidebars, subheadings, photos, and captions. Can you find all these text features or some of them in expository text? Yes. Do you have to find all of them in one story? No. Okay. Some expository text can use a map. Some can have some headings and photos and caption. Some can have sidebars only. Okay, it depends. Some can have charts. Number 4, in a narrative nonfiction, the story is told by an animal character. In a narrative nonfiction, can the story is told by an animal? No. Why? Because it's nonfiction means the story is a real story. And narrative means it's told by a person. So the narrative is the person who tells the story. And it cannot, of course, the person who tells the story cannot be an animal because it's nonfiction. The narrator is someone who tells the story. Yes. A narrative nonfiction is a real story told by a narrator. Yes. Nonfiction means it's real, and narrative nonfiction is a real story told by a narrator. Yes. Okay, next it says read the story and answer the questions. Forests are part of the world that have lots of trees. Some forests are smaller than others, but a popular characteristic of all forests is to have lots of trees and vegetation or plant life. In a forest, there are many different trees, plants, and animals. Animals in a forest range from different types of mammals, birds, and insects. One of the most popular types of forests are rainforests. Other types of forests are deciduous, tago forest, and coniferous forest. Okay, so as you see here, this story or passage is about forests and explains to you what is a forest first. It says it's a land or a place that have lots of trees, and some forests can be small and some can be larger. What do you usually find in a forest? All forests, they have lots of trees and plant life, vegetation or plant life. In a forest, there are many different types of trees, plants, and animals. So in a forest, we'll find different types of trees, plant life, as we said, and animals. Animals in a forest range from different types of mammals, birds, and insects. One of the most popular types of forests are rainforests, okay? So a well-known kind of forest is a rainforest. Remember, you took it before. A rainforest is a forest that has plenty of rain. And other types are other types. These are other kinds or types of forest known as deciduous, tago, and coniferous. So it says read each sentence, write detail or main idea. There are different types of mammals, birds, and insects in a forest. Okay, remember, the main idea tells you what the whole story is about, but the detail tells you is a sentence or gives you one information that supports the main idea. Okay, so here, this sentence, there are different types of mammals, birds, or insects. Is it a detail or main idea? It's a detail. Because it's just like a sentence from the story that tells you about the main idea. Okay, a forest is a place that has plenty of trees. Okay, a forest is a place that has plenty of trees. This would be like the main idea, because it tells you here what the forest is, what are forests. Okay? So, and the whole paragraph is about what is a forest and what can you find. So that would be the main idea. Number 3, deciduous and coniferous are 2 types of trees. Okay, that would be a detail because it's just telling you like 2 types of forests. Okay, choose the correct answer. What does vegetation mean? Okay, if you go back to the story and look for the word vegetation, that you'll find that from the context clue that it tells you that vegetation is a plant life. So remember, we get the answers from the story. What do all forests have? All forests have tigers and cats, or all tigers or forests have lots of trees and plants? You go back and you check, you'll find that all forests have lots of trees. It says here that have plant and trees. All forests have lots of vegetation and trees. Okay, and that's it. That was a picture of the forest, okay? And that was it for today.